Hey guys, it's General Walski, and I'm bringing some Gears of War 3 gameplay. This isn't a very good gameplay, actually. It's alright, it's passable. Mainly, I got this gameplay to talk about things. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, and I was kind of rushed to get this video. I've been busy studying for stupid tests. Stupid tests. Anyway, usually I just talk about the gameplay, but that's not really getting me that far. And the way commentators gain success is talking about themselves. So I guess I'll talk about my middle school life, because I'm in 9th grade right now, and I'm gonna make a three-part video series about how middle school was, starting from 6th, going up to 8th grade. All right. So I came into 6th grade. I was 5 feet tall, about 110 pounds. I was a chubby boy, and I'd be getting made fun of all the time. We're gonna come back to that later. When I started middle school, I wanted to be popular, and I saw some people in elementary school get popular being funny, being the class clown. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get on that action. So I started to tell jokes in class, act goofy, piss off teachers just so everybody would laugh. And it seemed to work for a while. I made friends with some people, but it turns out those people weren't really my friends. I was basically a big joke, and everybody liked to laugh at me. And I kind of figured that out, and I really put myself in a bad position because I couldn't turn that around. I hadn't set my reputation up to be a person nobody could take seriously. And I really wish I hadn't have done that. I mean, I already was pretty chubby and wasn't very athletic. I had nothing going for me to make me popular, and I kind of made my position even worse. But I made some friends doing that. Not very good ones, but friends all the less, and all in all, I'd say that was a pretty bad choice, and if I could go back on it, I wouldn't do it. Alright, well, in 6th grade, I had a pretty bad teacher. She was a bitch, to be frank with you. She was my humanities teacher, and for those of you who don't know what humanities is a class where you take both English and history in the same period. And I'm good at history because I can get an A on every history test. I don't have to study for it because I don't know, history comes naturally to me. But English, it may seem simple, but once you get down to that noun, pronoun, verb, adverb stuff, it gets confusing, and frankly I didn't do very good in it. Now in English I can get an A without even trying, but back then, nothing. I was getting a terrible grade in humanities, not because of the history part of it, but because of the English part of it. I didn't do my homework because I didn't have the time to do it. And it's 6th grade, and grades don't really matter in 6th grade or 7th grade or 8th grade. So middle school is basically preparing you for high school. And the fact that I got bad grades in 6th grade literally means nothing. It hasn't affected me at all in high school. So yeah, but this teacher was a bitch. She would yell at me if I asked her a question. She'd be like, "I just told you yesterday. You need to remember what I told you." She'd just scream at me. The whole class would stare at me and laugh at me, and I'd just be sitting there cowering in fear at this bitch just screaming at me for asking a question. And fail. This isn't a good gameplay. It's just there's some parts in it where I got some pretty good shots. There's a part in it where I kind of show you how overpowered the saw-off is. But anyway, back to this. But she was a bad teacher, and I didn't like her. Alright. There was this other teacher. He was really fat. He was about 500 pounds, and he sprayed so much Axe. Literally, if you were in the same hallway as him, and you were about, let's say, 60 yards behind him, you could still smell this just colossal fog of Axe spray. It was disgusting, and I don't think this guy realized what he smelled like, because he put on so much Axe, he smelled like garbage. It was really bad, and he also had a temper. He was fat, very concerned about his weight, and I think he was gay too, because whenever somebody would say gay in his classroom, he'd go off on him, and say gay. You shouldn't say gay. Things are gay. What if somebody people? It just stupid things like that. And I'm a homophobe, so I don't like gay people. Anyway, this guy just goes. He was a freak, and he would assign so much homework. And when he gave out tests, he wouldn't teach you. He'd just talk about random stuff and wouldn't teach you the subject. It'd be like, I'm taking this test, but I know nothing about it because this asshole won't teach me anything about it. And he'd assign these long-ass projects that took me an hour and 30 minutes to do. And think about this. I'm in 6th grade. 6th graders shouldn't be doing an hour and 30-minute homework. They should be doing 30-minute homework, and that's it. Because 6th graders, they're 11 years old. You don't put much on their plate to begin with. All right. Well, being fat. I was a chubby kid, and the way I got made fun of a lot. People would make fun of me because I'm fat. People would be calling me chubby, fat, not unathletic. When we played basketball, nobody would direct. I'd be like the last one picked. When we played football, nobody passed to me because they thought I was slow. And I was slow. So the way I went about losing weight is I didn't eat. And I guess anorexic, but the fact is I couldn't stand being hungry, so I guess I wasn't very effective at being anorexic. Like, I wouldn't eat lunch, and I ended up eating like 80 Oreo cookies. Yeah, perfect way to make up for it. I ended up eating a whole bunch of chocolate and unhealthy stuff. And this went on for, well, till 7th grade. And, really, nice right there, you see that? Anyway, this went on until 7th grade, and it made me even fatter and even more unhealthier, and I didn't really figure that out until I took health class because I had no idea what anorexia did to the body. And if you don't know, anorexia, basically if you don't eat much food, your body will start storing the fat because like everything you eat will be stored as fat because the body thinks it won't be able to get as much to eat because you're not eating much. So it's basically like a vicious cycle. And being fat basically set me. When I started in 6th grade, I was pretty much a big nerd, and I didn't have very good friends. All right, and my hair. Well, for some strange reason, I thought my hair looked good in 6th grade. It was probably the ugliest haircut I've ever had in my entire life. It was about 4 inches of poofed up hair. It was like an afro that wasn't curly. It was like I just had so much hair on my head. Like you could mop with my hair. My hair was just a big mop. It was an ugly haircut, and I thought my hair looked so good, but turns out my hair was ugly, and that's part of the reason to why girls wouldn't talk to me because I was fat and my hair was ugly. Every time I tried to talk to a girl, they flat out ignore me, and it hurt my feelings. Anyway, 6th grade wasn't a very good year for me. It was pretty terrible. Anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'm going to be posting, my next video up is going to be my 7th grade year. So, if you're interested in this and you didn't think this commentary was boring as hell, please subscribe. Give it a rate too.